Welcome. All right, everyone, welcome to Strengthen and Lengthen. Today's class, we are going to be doing 8 exercises. We'll go ahead and just find a little step touch here. And you'll need two exercises we will be using weights for. So most of it is body weight and adding the intensity as much as you can. So remember, it is up to you how hard you work. Happy Friday. All right, let's go ahead and take the knees up. And just take your opposite hand or your opposite elbow to your opposite thigh or knee. Warming the body up, loosening up the joints. Definitely feeling a little more stiff and sleeping in a different place, different bed. All right, and then let's open and close the arms. So just bring it out in front. And from here, keep the arms, but kick out the legs in front of you. So you can do a low kick or a high kick. And then keep the legs and take the arms up. Now keep the legs and go same arm, same leg. Keep that going. We're going to do a little brain work here. So you get same arm, same leg going. Can you do opposite? Okay, that's hard. I got to think about this. Opposite arm and opposite leg. Right? We're working our brain too. Let's go 4 and 3 and 2. And 1. Both feet come down. Take the feet a little bit wider and find a squat here. So taking the hips back. Just go for a little bit more and then we'll start our sequence. We've got 2 rounds of 8 exercises, 40 seconds each, and 10 seconds recovery. Drink water as you need to. Take breaks as you need to. All right, just a few more here. And 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and march it out. I'll get the timer going, and we are going to take off. So grab your weights. Our first exercise is a plie squat, and we're doing a lateral raise. So the feet come out wide, turn them out a little bit, and then you're coming out to the side. So toes are turned out, your palms are down, and you're lifting out to the side. If the weights that you have are too heavy or get too heavy, just bend your elbows. So we're focusing on our shoulders and of course, big leg movements here. And as you're feeling more warmed up, you might find you can go a little bit deeper. Of course, you get to decide how deep do you go. You got 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Set your weights down. And we're coming into a slow burpee. So you can be here. This is your first option. Kind of like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Or step back, do your burpee, and then come up. And that burpee might not be a jump back. It might be a step back. Depending again how you're feeling. And maybe you want to do a jump at the top. Whew. Some low ceilings here. You can actually touch the ceiling. That's the first for me. All right, we've got 10 more seconds, everyone. Keep moving. That is the most important thing. Keep your body moving, even if you've got something different. All right, that is it. Got one more exercise using our weights. Go ahead and pick them back up. And it's an alternating lunge. Stepping back as you come up, do a hammer curl. So palms are turned in, and we lift from here, focusing on our bicep. You're going to focus on whatever speed works for you. Maybe you want to go slower, drop your knee deeper, or maybe you want to pick up the pace. I am definitely noticing I'm not going very deep today. It's been a rough week. Okay, so next exercise is push-ups. No more weights for the rest of this circuit. Okay, bring it down to the floor. You can start with hands on the floor, nice and wide, at least shoulder width apart. Bringing it down as low as you can, pushing away from the floor. And of course, if you want more, starting to add more challenge, lift up one knee, tighten through your core. You can alternate, or you might choose to lift both knees. You've got 10 more seconds here. Keeping it moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, rolling over onto our backs, and we're doing bicycles. So as you're coming down onto your back, tighten the tummy, low back gently to the floor, knees over the hips, and we start to extend out through the legs. Try to keep the hips nice and level so they're not rocking from side to side. This is option 1. If you want more, lift the head, look to your toes, and then our final one is the bicycle move. Hands behind the head, opposite elbow towards the opposite knee as you stay curled up. 10 more seconds, actually less than 10 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and I gotta take my socks off. Come into a bridge pose. So the feet go right flat to the floor, and we press up, lift the hips, and bring them down. So you're just gonna keep your hands pressing to the floor, lifting the hips to the top, whatever that is for you. Squeeze the glutes at the top, opening up the fronts of the hips, and the fronts of the thighs, and focusing on strengthening the back side, your bum, and your postural muscles. We've got 5 more. And bring it on down. Okay, last 2 exercises, we're over onto facing the floor. So we've got hands and knees here, hands down, and sorry, that's my cat. You've got right arm reaching and left arm, so you got opposite arm and leg, and then keep the hips nice and level. Belly is engaged as we float from side to side. So opposite arm and leg. Try to imagine your hips just nice and level, not moving from side to side. So keeping the abdominals engaged. Okay, 1 more. All right, our last one is a plank. Modified is here. Walk the hands forward, engage the belly, hold here, or you can come up into that full plank, knee to elbow. And as you do that knee to elbow, can you really try to make contact? So bringing the knee to your elbow or to your forearm, maybe it's your upper arm, finding contact. As you keep your hips level so they're not rocking from side to side. We'll make the second time through a little bit harder for those of you that are looking for more challenge. For now, you've got 8 more seconds. Push through the floor, spread the shoulders wide. 2 more. All right, kick the knees down, hips back to the heels. Let's take a little stretch here. A big breath. And let's come on up. And we've got 1 more to go. Okay, grab a sip of water if you need to. Fiona's just She's not shy. Saying hi. All right, grab your weights, everybody. Be a lateral raise. Taking the feet nice and wide, coming down and lifting it up. So focusing on your shoulders here. If this gets to be too much, start alternating. You can do one at a time, and of course you can always go back to the option of bending the elbows. We've got less than 10 seconds. 2 and 1. All right, set your weights down, please. We're moving into our slow burpees or squat touch. I know you don't want to see my cat's bum, probably. So let's do our burpees, or you've got that head or shoulders, knees and toes sort of set up, or find that jump. And remember, if you don't want to do that jump, you're stepping back. She has no shame. All right, everybody, 5 seconds left. Then one more exercise with our weights. All body weight. Okay, grab your weights for one last time. Finding our alternating lunges with a bicep curl. And if you felt like you wanted to go heavier, second time through, now's the time to grab those heavier weights. You can also start to find a little change here as you come up. You add a little rotation. So the palms, instead of staying in your hammer curl, you start to rotate the palms up and then back down to your hammer curl. If you want. All right, 10 more seconds. Set those weights down, please. And we're moving into push-ups. So as you come to the floor, or if you're doing wall push-ups, you could also, if you want to make this harder, stagger your hands. So you have one hand forward, one hand back, and then they move from here. So one hand forward, one hand back, change up, or you keep your hand position wide. Okay? Coming down as low as you can, really pressing through the floor, and back up. Just in case you're bored with my workout, I'm hoping my cat is entertaining you. All right, we got 8 more seconds, everyone. Keep it up. All right, rolling over onto our backs, we have our bicycles. Setting it up, tightening your tummy, and pick up your knees over the hips and start by extending out through the legs. Lifting the head is your next option. And of course, coming into a bicycle, opposite elbow towards opposite knee. And if this is too much, remember, you can press up towards the sky rather than going so low. Make sure that you feel the abdominals engaged. We're pressing through the low back here. We have 10 more seconds. And 4. All right. Feet down, coming into bridge lifts. So knees point up towards the sky. Bring your hands down beside your hips, and you start with that lift and lower. So before we have both feet down, you can certainly do that again. If you'd like to make this a little harder, extend your right leg up and push through the left foot. Then we'll switch about halfway. You're really pressing through your left foot, focusing on your left glute, sliding upward towards the sky, and then switch sides. So right foot down, or whatever foot you're working on, just switch to the second side. And really think about trying to keep your hips level here. Press. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Coming now over onto hands and knees. Pressing through the floor, engage the belly, opposite arm and leg. Now I'm going to, you can switch or you can stay on the same side for just a little bit. If you want to make this harder, try to keep your hips level. So you're bringing elbow and knee towards each other, but we're not going for that touch. We're trying to keep everything engaged and then switch sides. So left leg, right arm, whatever you have going on, it's opposite arm and leg. Try to keep the hips level and you keep the curves in your back. So notice if we were to bring the elbow and knee to touch, we would lose that connection, or we'd round the spine. Last one. Okay, our final exercise is our plank. If this is too much on your wrist, remember you can come down to your forearms. So holding your plank is an option, and then taking knee to elbow or knee to forearm. And let's add on this one. So take knee to elbow and then pull it up to your armpit. So feel that squeeze, then step back. Knee to elbow, pull the knee up to the armpit and back. So you're gonna go knee to elbow, your shin lifts away from the floor, step back. Do you feel that engagement? Ooh. Should be a lot more there. Really think about squeezing the knee up towards your chest, up towards your armpit. We're almost here or there, wherever we're going. Okay, take one more. Excellent. Take the knees down, hips back to the heels. You have completed our circuit. Come on up, the hands are down to the floor, curl the toes. Let's lift the knees, come into a downward facing dog, and just walk the feet out. Just a breathe down dog. Walking the feet and the hands together. You're just hanging over your thighs. It's okay if you can't touch the floor. Bend your knees if you need to, or as much as you need to. Find just a little sway. Slowly roll yourself all the way up. As you come to stand, sweep the arms out and up. And then bring your hands down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Sweeping the arms up, picking up your right leg. So let's work on a little bit of balance here. And press out through your right foot. I'm shaky today. Take your right foot down towards the floor. The toe is pulling towards your shin, and the hands come to your sides. Press your thighs back, extending out through your spine. And then we'll rock forward, or kind of roll up. Rock forward onto that right foot. Reach back for your left ankle, and press the thigh forward. You should feel the stretch in your left quadricep. And then release that foot and cross it over and have a seat. As you sit back, feel the stretch in your left glute. So we're stretching it out really well today, taking the heart rate down, and then come on up. Let's do the other side, and you all will be done. Take your left leg out in front. The toes draw towards the shins, and the hands come to the thighs. So think about pressing your hips back, chest comes forward, and feel that length. So you should feel the stretch in your hamstring, your calf. And then let's roll up and rock forward to that left foot. Find your balance, reach back for right heel. And tuck the tailbone under just a little bit. So you can think of the pubic bone lifting, the tailbone dropping. Think of that thigh pressing forward as you hold your foot. You could also do this if you have a chair height, something to rest your foot there. Park bench is great, kind of think of that level. And then you press forward from here if you can't reach hold of your foot. And then let's sweep that leg forward, cross it out and over, and take this last stretch for our glutes. So we'll get a nice stretch with some good balance in the end, still working but taking the heart rate down. We'll roll it all the way up, step nice and wide, inhale. And I said less stretch on that last one, but I always like to open up the chest for just a moment. Bring the elbows back and take a few deep breaths here. Notice how you feel. Hope you guys are ready to take on the rest of your day, whatever you have planned. Bring the arms out and then just shake it out. All right. Thank you for being here. And hope you enjoyed the extra entertainment of my cat, Fiona. Thank you and happy weekend, everybody.